What's up? What's up? It's Big Cheds. It's May 18th, 2023. I am uploading another one of the Twitter Spaces from the series of these wonderful conversations we have on Twitter. Just to get a few things out of the way, remind you I'm a founding analyst at Bitcoin Live, which is the best-in-class educational platform for crypto. I do a twice a week full market update. Just letting you know, we actually have an amazing sale going on right now. You may be watching this video after the sale happens. It's a great deal, even at regular price. So check out Bitcoin Live. I'm the author of Trading Quotes, which I published back in December, available on Amazon. The author of Trading Wisdom, available on Amazon. I have a third of that book available for free on my YouTube channel, Cheds Trading. Check out the Trading Wisdom playlist. This video is going to go into the Twitter Spaces playlist, right, where I upload all these conversations. I have 5 or 6 that I'm getting ready to upload. I need to catch up. I'm actually going to do another Spaces today. I'll do several more this week, and I've been live streaming. So I actually live streamed already twice this week, and I'm set to live stream again tonight. So keep an eye out for that. So a lot of great stuff on my YouTube channel. So let's see, back to this. Let's get this going here. So this will be a premiere. I'll premiere the video and I'll be hanging out in the chat room. So I'll be here while this is playing. And anyway, thanks for listening. These are important conversations, so I just like to upload them to YouTube for safekeeping. So here we go. Not hearing anything, so hang in there. Hold on. You are first, Crypto Rush. Speak. I want to hear from you. If you got something to say, you've been in this space, you got something to share, let's hear it. You got some questions, I'm here for you. It's Friday night. I'm hanging out. Let's go with Crypto Rush. You are first. Crypto Rush, what's going on, man?
Hi, brother. How are you?
I'm okay, man. How are you tonight?
All right. Brother, can you check SXP chart for me?
What is it again?
SXP.
Is that some weird random altcoin?
Yeah.
Why are you in this weird random altcoin?
I am just talking short from 0.45.
45 cents?
Yeah.
I mean, it's making a move. Look at all that volume. There's something going on. Last 3-4 days, there's definitely evidence of accumulation right now.
Yes.
No real warning signs, but you are, you're short-term overextended, but I like the volume. So, longer term, you may have something that may be setting up. Right now, it's kind of volatile and hard to handicap or hard to predict. It's hard to predict the next week or two, right? But I'm seeing positive signs in the price action. You're above the daily MA 200. You're above even where back June, almost a year ago, where it stopped. In June of 22, you're above that. That's a big deal. But I'd really want to see it hold August highs right around 50 cents. I think that'd be a really good pivot point for you to watch. You'll note that the price briefly paused there, March 29th, March 30th. So in terms of momentum, I would really watch that 50-cent level. It also kind of corresponds to the psychological level of 50 cents as well.
Okay.
So that's where I'd watch. Yeah.
Okay, brother. Thank you so much. Thank you,
man. Appreciate you. Have a good night, man. So, folks, hit that button. I want to bring you up and into the conversation. Let's talk about crypto. Let's talk about BTC, trading questions, altcoin questions, whatever. Akbar. What's going on, Akbar?
Hey, Cheds, how are you?
Pretty good, man. I thought I'd just kind of, hang out for a bit and talk to you folks.
Nice to always have you. First of all, I wanted to say thank you so much for your guidance. Again, I'm a member of Bitcoin Live. What you guys do there is amazing. You guided
Thank
me through, a lot of tough spots back then. So thank you so much for that. And just wanted to ask you overall, on your opinion regarding trading the derivatives on the regulated exchanges as far as Bitcoin goes. For me, I do
yeah.
prefer, MicroStrategy, Riot, Mara. And what are your thoughts on the charts as well as just overall on the back end? Like, how you think about that? Because I did lose a lot
I
of
mean,
money on the
there's
FTX, so I want to make sure I stick with the regular exchanges going forward. Sorry.
that's a
Yeah.
tough one. It's a tough one because where does like a reasonable normal person to go with their funds that they can trust? And it's a fluid thing. It's a moving target, right? And the idea of trading the Bitcoin move through proxies like MicroStrategy, Square, Riot, right?
Yep, yep.
And there's a certain amount of comfort in in trading Coinbase or MicroStrategy rather than altcoins, right? Because it's on a regulated
They're
exchange.
also really high
So
beta
that
movers as well. Like if you look at it today, Bitcoin up 3%, MicroStrategy, right, they're up 10, 11, 12%.
yeah, I mean let's look at that. I mean I honestly I get it. I don't track those, but I've looked I look at them from time to time like MicroStrategy, right? It's not a great chart yet. It's still it's kind of knocking on the door
To
though,
be honest,
right?
Cheds, I believe Riot is a way bullish chart than MicroStrategy.
Riot,
Yes, Riot and Mara, they're way bullish charts than MicroStrategy.
Riot, $10. Wow, Riot. I mean that's a big deal. I mean it's got like a multi-month base. 10, 10.50. Yeah, I mean you go $10 to $14 quickly in this one.
Mm-hmm.
You can see that in Ryan. That's higher beta, right?
Absolutely.
As you were saying.
Especially with options. I mean, I don't have to,
Sure. So are you going weekly, monthly?
um,
How far out is your
my
expiration?
my options,
Mara
Mara
sucks.
kind of sucks.
Mara
I agree with
sucks.
you. Mara kind of sucks, which I don't understand why. Fundamentally, they're pretty solid, but I don't know why Riot is leading the charge as far as all these miners go. But for me, my options are
Yeah.
usually out. It depends on how bullish I am. I kind of move fluently. Right now, I have heavy options on the 21st expiry on Riot, around $12, and then I have June. Yep,
21st.
and then I have June
So
options.
you have April and June
Correct.
calls, right? I
Yes.
mean that's plenty of time. There's so much
Yes.
time. I mean, I know people who just only trade like 1 or 2 weeks out, and it's like, man, you have to nail it. You got to really nail your timing. You
Absolutely.
know?
Absolutely. But when they pay, I mean, they pay when the options move. I mean, we're talking like 12x,
That's true.
20x, 40x, easy, very easy within a couple of days.
But I mean, can you really build a strategy around that? I mean, is that
I kind of have because if you look at their relationship, usually when Bitcoin is being a little weak, even though Bitcoin is a little weaker, you see some of the miners in acting like really strong, and that's kind of move like
yeah,
market is being very bullish, so that then you can start stacking some options slowly, and then boom, you get the payday. So that's for me that been a very good signal, and I always again follow your charts and look at the Bitcoin how it's looking, right? Because that's the major
yeah.
signal.
I mean, there's definitely an interplay
Hmm.
there. There's definitely, I mean, you want to see what Coinbase. Yeah, I totally get what you're saying and how you're looking at it. And it's interesting, but it's also It's hard too because like sometimes there's direct correlation, and sometimes like Bitcoin just like goes one way, everything else goes in another direction, and it's again back to the whole moving target
Yep.
concept. But I mean, Bitcoin's got mojo right
Yes, it
now,
does. Yes, it does.
and and so that I think it allows room for other things to kind of move a little bit too.
Absolutely. And one last thing, Chaz, before I go, what are your
Yeah.
thoughts on your 12K call? I'm that guy you kind of bookmarked, if you recall, in the group.
Yes.
So is that Tone Ways' 1500 call going forward, or you think it's still possible?
No, I give myself credit.
No, no,
Well,
no. I
look, when
agree.
did
You did
I start?
amazing. I agree on that. I'm just talking about the specific
Yeah.
target being the 1500 of Tone.
Yes.
So
So I'll
yeah,
answer it
go
two
ahead.
ways. I don't think 12K is coming, but I don't think we can. First of all, Tombe is a friend of mine.
Yeah,
Actually,
he's
I like the guy
he's really
quite a
good.
bit.
He's a friend of mine as well, so he's really good. Yeah.
I like the guy quite a bit. But like I called 12K from 40K, and we went to like 15 and a half. Like, that's pretty good.
Absolutely, I agree with you.
You
I know, I
know,
agree with you. Absolutely, yes.
but it didn't get
Yep.
there. I thought it would get there, and I didn't buy 15K, but I bought 18, 18 and a half. I mean, it's pretty, that's close enough
I
for me,
agree
at
with you.
least.
Yep, I agree with you.
But I'm glad to see the market turning around. It seems like in the U.S. the authorities are trying to shut down Bitcoin. I mean, that makes me
Yep,
bullish.
exactly.
So
Given where the
I don't know. We'll see how it all
given
plays
where the
out.
petrodollar is, I
Yeah,
think Bitcoin has a lot of room to run going forward. There's so much confusion and too
absolutely.
much capital on the sidelines.
Capital. That's what we need,
Thank you
brother.
so
All
much.
right.
I
Thank you, man.
appreciate it.
It's
Thank
great to
you.
hear from you
Take
so
care.
much. Thank you. All right. This is great, folks. Hit that button. I'm going to bring you up into the conversation. I'll take you one at a time. Please be patient. Anshul. What's up, Anshul?
Yo, hey Cheds, how you doing?
Good. How are
Um,
you?
Good. So I had more of I want to say a trading question.
Okay.
So how do you manage a trade? Like, so
Yes.
I think I'm good with my setups. I use target prices, I use a SL, but I feel like I cut a trade too soon. Like, I have 2, 3 TP set up and I trail my stops, but like, how much do you take per TP? And like, how do you trail stops? Or like, do you
Yeah.
just
A
stay
lot of
with the
that. I get a lot of
charts and
that.
RS
Yeah.
lines and like, do you
Yes.
actively manage it, or do you just stay with the conviction that, okay, this is my lines that I've drawn, you just gotta stay with it? Because there's like so much volatility in crypto. So
Sure.
it just makes my trailing stops hit so fast. So I'm kind of struggling with that.
Are you leveraging? Are you leverage trading?
Max 5x. Like I don't do too a
Try
lot.
like 2x. Try like 2x.
Okay.
Try 2x. And try whatever your idea is. Here's a few suggestions. First of all, spend some time on my YouTube channel.
Mhm.
There's a third of my book which is for free, Trading Wisdom, and a
I read
lot.
that. I read that
Oh,
completely. Yeah.
so a lot of it, and to like scale in and scale out, right? And so if you're starting your trades with smaller positions, they're easier to manage. You won't it's just going to be harder to stick to whatever. It's going to be easier rather to stick to your plan. So the idea is that you want to come in not so heavy when you initially start. You want to kind of scale in and stick to low leverage. And if you can't watch it, if you can't watch your position, you need to have a higher time frame confirmation method, right? Like I'll watch intra candle. I'll just watch the price, but I'm not waiting for a daily candle close. But if you work a day job and you only check the chart once a day, you have to, you should go in the daily candle close, right? So you have to
Mhm.
think about how much you can manage. All right. Can you hear me, guys? I just had a phone call. Are you still there?
Yeah.
All right. Was that you revised, or did I lose the guy who asked the question? Oh, Anshul. Let me get you back up. I'll get you revised right after. So I had a phone call. So the idea is that you need to think about Anshul. You need to think about
Yeah.
like how much you can manage your position. That has a lot to do with it. You need to come in, try to break up your position too, right? If your whole position size is $500, do five
Mhm.
$100 positions. That will give you more flexibility. Maybe if you're not sure, close out part of it, right? Like the smaller your position, the easier it's going to be to manage. So kind of play with position size. Think about, if you can focus on it or not. If you can't focus on it, stick to like a daily method, a more conservative method, like 2 candle body
Mhm.
closes instead of just 1 candle body close. I mean, I talk a lot about this in my book and on my YouTube and stuff. But this would be my general advice to you in terms of how to approach that problem.
So when you say like use like let's say $500 positions, do you think like in 5 different accounts, or like average down,
No, no, no.
average up?
I would say let's say it's okay. Let's say the price right now drops to 25K,
Okay.
and I want to go long at 25K with $500. I'm doing 5 $100 longs at 25K. They all start out with the same stop loss. I don't know, 24.6.
Mhm.
Okay. the price bounces a little bit, I can move 2 of those 5 positions up to break even.
Okay.
The price bounces more, I can move another 2 of those positions now into profit. I now have 2 in profit, 2 in break even, and 1 back in original loss. And you're kind of being more flexible, more nimble with the trade. And that allows you to, like, with the volatility, like you mentioned, that allows you to, like, partially get stopped out, but still have a position. You just have to find your strategy, but find ways to give yourself more flexibility. Design a more adaptive, a more flexible strategy, okay?
Okay. Oh, that makes sense. All right. Thanks a lot, Cheds.
Okay, have a good night. Take care, brother. Check out my YouTube. Let's go Revise. We'll get you Revise. What's up, man?
Hello. Is my
Hi.
audio okay?
Oh, it's fantastic.
All right. I just had a quick question. You said that you were bullish on the the US's crackdown on crypto. Can you
I
just
would
give me
say
your
what again?
thought process?
Yeah. Totally. It's a threat. I mean, the traditional system sees it as a threat, right? Don't you think?
Yes, that's why my initial thoughts of the Fed now and the choke point 2.0 kind of
Yeah.
gives me bearish indications, but I just
Bearish?
want yeah, I believe
That
so.
gives
At
me
least,
bullish indications. Government, they can't do shit. I mean, just like you try to do stuff, but it's like the market, the free market always moves faster than the government. You know? And it's like everything is the way I see it, it's everything is supply and demand, and like they if like they if they were going to shut down Bitcoin, they would have done it like 7, 8, 10 years ago. It's too late. It's too late, brother. You know what I mean? So all this stuff like just shows desperation to me. I don't know. Maybe I just this is my gut instinct. And I'm a
okay.
technical guy. I'm a price guy. So take that for what it's worth.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate you. All right, folks, hit that request button. I'll bring you into the conversation. I'm Big Cheds on Twitter, Cheds Trading on YouTube. Check out my free book on YouTube, Trading Wisdom. Just 2 folks waiting to speak. I want to get more of you. We've got 150 right now. It's kind of low, but that's all right. I'm thankful for each and every one of you who are hanging out with me on this day. Hit that button in the bottom left to request to speak. Kevin, man, thanks for being patient. What's going on?
Hey, thanks for having me.
Chilling.
So my question is about the alt season. We keep hearing alt season.
Yeah.
And are there specific things you look for
Yeah.
at when to start going heavy into altcoins? Because right now it's very Bitcoin heavy, but some of the altcoins are pumping right now. So it's like,
What are you seeing that's pumping?
for instance, I think XLM.
Oh, hey, Dino Coin. All right, let's
I
look at.
know, but like
I've
if you
looked in a while though. I haven't looked in a while because let's see, XLM.
because I've been watching the
Yeah.
XLM BTC chart, and it's like, do you look at that? Is that what?
Oh, there you go. Little pump. No. All right, it's a great topic. So here's the deal. Like, I know the Bitcoin chart. I just know it. It's like I get it, right? Because like, here's my strategy. So a couple things, and it's a great topic. First of all, like, I don't care about altcoin season. Like I trade. I look for the best. This. I'll play relative strength. Right. Like Mask right now is really strong. Um, I'll play the strongest chart. So I don't need like, is it altcoin season or not altcoin season? And really just kind of watching individual names. Right. Number one. Number two. Like Bitcoin, I just know the chart because I like. It's kind of my job to study it and to kind of like report on it, but also I trade it and it's fun. So I look at it like 100, 20 times a day. I know the chart. I know where it is in relation to the MA 200. I know where it is in relation to prior lows and highs. It's a muscle memory. So like when you're trading, you should be trading from your watch list. You should have 10 or 15 names that you look at every day. So when you are ready to initiate a trade, it's based on something you have like a gut feel or an instinct for, right? Like, because the easiest way to lose money is to bounce around. Like somebody tweets out a random play, and you just pull it up once, and all of a sudden you enter a trade. Like you've no feel for the chart. You know what I mean?
So do you feel that like this whole theory of the Bitcoin when Bitcoin's pumping, eventually all of those profits are going to flow into altcoins. Is that
That's true. That's mostly true. And I've tweeted about that a lot. So, for example, back in 2021 with the November top, we saw the top coming ahead of time. There were a lot of indications of that 69K top. I was tweeting them out, and in YouTube and in Bitcoin Live, because we saw Ethereum breaking out. So what happens when Bitcoin? I've been watching for it, and I've been studying the Ethereum versus Bitcoin pair, and I've been watching for Ethereum to start to spike versus Bitcoin. It hasn't really happened yet, because eventually when Bitcoin does pause and do a kind of a more local to medium top, money flows do go into Ethereum and then into altcoins.
okay? So
I put out a tweet. I put out a tweet. BTC, then ETH, then LTC, and that was like 10 days before the top in November.
okay,
Like it happens. It happens. You get it. We're just not seeing that yet. And like Bitcoin's in a mode now where it's not really pausing enough to let altcoins do their thing. And it's interesting because like Bitcoin should pause right now. It needs to pause, and it hasn't really done that. It hasn't really consolidated yet. And I still think it wants to like maybe go to like 30, just above 30K, and then reject and kind of chill out a bit. Like it needs to chill out. Like it's too strong. I don't know
so
if you don't. Yeah.
strong altcoins right now that are
What?
currently like looking strong. Would you anticipate that those would probably pull back a little bit until Bitcoin slows down and then have another rally up? Or is it like, I
So,
don't know,
for example, I would actually, if I want to trade an altcoin, I would pretend that I don't even know Bitcoin exists.
so just look at the
I
chart.
look at that chart. Is it above support? I'm, what is my trade idea? It rejected at 100. Now it's above 100. I'm long. And that's my whole thesis. Like limit your variables. You have to eliminate variables, like, because you know, we're not computers. We're not like, chat AI 20 or whatever, who can like we're just trying to make it work. And so we can't try to figure out like what Bitcoin's doing. So maybe Ethereum, and then maybe this chart, like, is this chart holding support or not? What's it doing? Right. And then studying the price action. Is it holding a rising moving average? Right. When it makes a high and it rejects and then it breaks through, when it comes back, does it hold that level? Right. Is it respecting, is it flipping resistance into support? And so we just kind of watch the clues. We kind of try to get a sense of momentum. And that brings me back to my point that you're only trading stuff on your watch list, 10 or 15 plays, and you just know them. So you got to just trade a chart. You have to really try to only look at the chart. Because like, for example, right? I put out like I tweet out Bitcoin stuff all the time, just because not everyone can watch the chart all day. And so people will say to me sometimes, maybe like 6 months ago, they'd say, "Oh, it doesn't matter what Bitcoin's doing. Like, the SPY is doing this, or the QQQ is doing that, right?" And there's times when there's like strong correlation, and then there's times when these things just do their own thing and they go in random directions. And at the end of the day, you have to only trade based on just like what the chart is doing in front of you right now. Like, is it holding support or not? Because you have to define a trade idea, and you have to define your risk. Like, if you're putting money into play, you have to know when your idea fails. You don't just buy and then hope it works out. Like, that's not, what is that, right? Like, you have to try to execute an idea, and that it comes down to holding support or not, at the end of the day.
Yeah, that makes sense. Thank you.
Appreciate you, man. Check out my YouTube.
Oh yeah, I do. Thanks.
I appreciate you. All right, thanks. Oh, Wobby's coming up. Fat Pillow, what's up, Fat Pillow?
Hey man, how you doing?
It's good. How are you doing
Oh, I'm
tonight?
not bad. Just looking at a few charts and stuff. I actually,
What are you looking at? Talk to us about it.
I actually had the exact same question as Kevin there. Kind of like when to detail, because I'm looking at like Bitcoin dominance, ETH, Bitcoin, like total market cap, excluding Bitcoin, and I'm see.
So here's the thing. Here's what you want to do. Never look at Bitcoin dominance chart again. Never look at the total market cap again. Those are none of those are adding value.
No?
You could be looking at a chart of something you might actually be trading later. You need to be identifying relative strengths. when everything is sideways, what looks the best? Because when things start to move, that's the stuff you want to be riding. Like,
Okay.
you're not trading total market cap. There's no trade there. It's not an actual trade.
Uh-huh.
Like, those are garbage. Bitcoin dominance, it's
Yeah.
garbage. It's not a trade. Like, look at Mask, watch. Like, I don't even Doge. If Doge breaks 8 cents, you're going
Yeah.
long. It's clearly defined market
I'm
structure.
actually in XLM right now.
FTM, like certain charts. Don't stop watching non-charts. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's my like heartfelt advice. And again, like, there's better traders than me and they could disagree, maybe they're right, but like for me, like, I'm not trading that. That doesn't add value. That's more of like trying to get, that's going to lead me astray.
Uh-huh.
That's going to like lead me towards a narrative to when I look at a chart that I'm trying to trade, I've already got a conclusion I'm trying to like fit the data into, right? Because I think the dominance is doing
I
this,
see.
or I think the, you know what I mean? Like, that's no good.
Okay. And like I was listening to you talk to Kevin there. Like you were saying, like I've heard like quite a few guys say like when you get a trigger for a long or short on Bitcoin, that
Yeah.
will automatically
Yeah.
give you a trigger for a short or long on an alt. You don't agree with that?
It depends. No, definitely not. No, definitely not. What? No.
No. Okay.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Okay.
Absolutely not. You have to trade, there's something called in contract law in the US. It's called like the four corners clause or something. And it's like, so say me and you sign a contract, like, I'm gonna buy your car, and I'm gonna buy your car, and like, here's what comes with the car, like everything inside it, and like nothing else,
Mm.
right? And you don't like make any other promises. But then, like, after we sign the contract, I make a side deal with you where like you have to buy me steak dinner every
Yeah.
month for the next like 2 years. Like, we go to the court of law, they're like,
Yeah.
what? Steak dinner doesn't exist. Like, the four corners of the contract, right? And that's a chart. Like, so like you just trade the chart in front of you. Sometimes Bitcoin's rising, so is LTC. Sometimes Bitcoin's rising, so is like, whatever,
Yeah.
Matic or whatever. Like, it's we have this instinct to want to find like shortcuts to everything, like rules of thumb. Most of the rules of thumb are total bullshit.
Yeah.
They
Okay.
really, really are. They're shortcuts to lead you to losing your money.
Fair enough, man. Fair enough.
You know?
That makes sense.
It's just what I think. It's just what I believe. So
Yeah.
appreciate you, man.
Thank you.
What's going on, brother Cheds? How you doing, man? Good to be connecting with you again, brother. Is Ched speaking at the moment, guys?
Yo. Let's see. Inspired to speak. Yo, I just had a phone call. Sorry about that. Can you folks hear me? Just kind of hanging there. Wabi, come back, man. Fat Pillow, thank you for stepping up. Appreciate that. Let's try to get my man Wabi. Hopefully he's still there. I had to take a phone call. Let's see. Let's invite him up in there. Wabi, what's up, man?
Hey, what's going on, bro? I think we're running into some spaces issues, or is
No,
that
I
on
just
my
had phone
end?
call.
Pardon me,
I
brother.
just had phone call.
Ah, okay. Well, yeah, man. Good to be connecting with you on here again, seeing you do these spaces. I like to pop in from time to time.
How's it going?
Want to get your pardon?
How's it going?
Oh, doing great, man. We just had a pretty good quarterly close. And, as far as like the equity markets are concerned, we just had tech, the NASDAQ have
Yeah.
its
Ripping,
highest
huh?
monthly close in almost a year, Cheds,
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
it's kind of like, when do you accept that? All right, the worst is behind us. And just from looking at the charts,
Yep.
it's like, okay, man, like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying we're going to 50K immediately, but like, what people aren't entertaining is, what if we just have a slow grind from here to 40K by December, instead of like a
Sure.
repeat of 2019. Just want to know your thoughts on that, brother, and
I don't think we
what
would
you're
do a
seeing.
slow. I don't. I don't think it would be that easy. I mean, yeah, bulls are in charge for sure, like slow grind, but I don't see a slow grind happening. I mean, Bitcoin's never that gentle, you know. It's never that easy. Do you know what I mean? Like slow grind to 40K. I mean, no, it's um, like what would be more likely, right? Would be like a quick spike to 31 and then a drop to 25 or something. Like that's not a slow grind, right? Or maybe even a drop to 22 and a quick recapture of 25, and then like Bitcoin doesn't slow grind. It like finds a way to kind of get everybody off sides. You know what I mean? Like I think clearly, like, yeah, Nasdaq's sick. It's really strong. The equity market looks, there's all this concern over the big banks. The whole system's going to fall apart, right? And so maybe it's not going to fall apart, right? But if we're looking at Bitcoin, what can we look at? We can look at a weekly chart with the price now flexing 3 weeks above the weekly 200, which is significant, suggesting even on a conservative confirmation method, a recapture of the trend of the 200 simple moving average above the 50, right? Above the May 12th lows, which is critical 25.5. So we see a potential for a slow grind higher. But that you use the word grind. I mean, the price action could do a lot of different things, and still end up at 40K. But I wouldn't think of it as a grind. I think it more of a roller coaster, probably if it gets there.
So would you say something like as you said, right, 31 to 22, and then maybe 35 to 25, and just like
Yeah,
this
yeah,
ultimate zigzag movement?
that's like the most likely. More, I don't know. Doesn't that seem likely to you? I mean, you've been around. I
Yeah.
mean, don't you think so?
Yeah, I mean that's what we've seen over the last, like, I would say, year and a half, since like really the summer of 21, right? From like 65 to 28, 28 to 69, 69 to 32, 32 to 48. It's just
Uh
been this, like, these crazy ranges until we had that kill off of volatility
huh.
from September to November of last year.
I think so yeah, we're mostly agreed. I just think the weekly chart looks good, but the daily chart really is also, it's overheating. It's a little bit too hot. It's a little bit too hot. So I think we have at most one more push up before a kind of a medium term consolidation. Um and that would kind of, jive with what you're saying, zigzag. So hey, it's good to hear from you, man.
No problem, brother. Take care, bro. Have a blessed weekend, man. God bless you and your family, brother Cheds.
You too. You too. All the best. Appreciate it. Folks, if you want to catch me before I wrap things up, hit that button in the bottom left to speak. This is a Spaces. I'm just hanging out. I'm Big Cheds. Check out my book on Amazon. I have 3 books: Cancer Memoir, Trading Wisdom, and Trading Quotes. Trading Wisdom free version on YouTube at Cheds Trading. I'm a founding analyst at Bitcoin Live. Best in the world team that covers crypto. I'm a founding analyst. Super proud of that. And this is episode 31 or maybe 32 of these Twitter Spaces where I just kind of hang out with you. Thank you for hanging out with me. Dr. Pump, what's going on? Dr. Bump, your turn to speak, bud. Hit that unmute.
There we go. You can hear me?
I sure can.
I appreciate it. All right.
I appreciate you.
I need to get you your crystal ball out for me.
I have several.
Perfect. I recently come into some funds that I would like to deploy at Bitcoin. I've been watching the charts, following your levels. Obviously it hit its head on the resistance of 25.2 or 25.5-ish, and then finally broke through. Now it's been bumping up on 28.5, 28.6.
Strong.
So I've been trying to sit on my hands to wait for it to drop back down to around the 25 level.
Okay.
So
are you trying to nail it? Like, are you that good? Well, it sounds like you're trying to really, like, you're hoping to just, like, Like,
I,
I
I
don't understand. Like, you're like you're trying to nail it or what? Like,
well,
nobody's
I'm not.
that good.
I'm not necessarily trying to nail it. I'm just trying to decide. I'm trying not to give into the FOMO of buying in at 28 at the top of
So why
resistance.
don't you put in 20% here of whatever you want to deploy,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
then you've got skin in the game. I would have some stop loss though. Maybe whatever you decide you're for this position, and then buy more 25. And if it gets below 24, I'd probably hit the brakes.
Okay.
I
But
mean, you gotta just like
do you think it's likely that it pulls back to that 25 range at some point?
absolutely.
I mean,
I
prior
I
to
think
prior to moving
80%
up to 30,
likely. 80% likely we see a 25 handle.
prior to moving up to 30 or 31.
I don't know if it's prior or not. I just think it's got to go. It just needs to happen. If it doesn't, it's way more bullish than we thought.
Okay.
I just poker. Everything's poker probabilities, maybe even blackjack, but more poker. I got pocket aces, you got deuces. I'll win 85% of the time, right? It's just everything's. You do enough, you study enough textbooks, do whatever. Like it's not nothing. There's no 100%, but there's just a good, most likely what makes the most sense based on the available data, based on momentum, all that stuff. And I've traded this enough to get like a pretty good feel for it, I think. And like weekly chart's good, but daily chart, this move up is not confirmed by volume. Like there's a divergence with the on balance volume. We saw a triple divergence back in August. We had a double divergence, which was kind of highly unusual, and the triple divergence, which was like I don't think I've ever seen it before. Maybe we're gonna get it again. Bottom line, it really needs to pause. I think again back to what I said earlier. One move higher, maybe and pause. I think it's likely we see in the 25s at some point though, and people will be freaking out and panicking. And I'll be buying. I
Right.
mean, people will be freaking out there, but like it would be really bullish for it to go there because it needs to kind of catch up a little bit.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
that's my
Yeah.
feel for it. Yeah.
I'm just trying not to ape in now, thinking it's going to keep going 32
Well,
and
just go
40 and all
20%.
that.
If you want to get a taste, just get a little taste and you'll feel better. It'll make it easier. Right?
Yeah.
Like, because then every decision you make will be a smaller percentage of your risk assets. It'll be easier.
Gotcha. All
All
right.
right.
I appreciate it.
Appreciate you, man. Check out my YouTube. We'll see ya. That was fun. That's why I love doing this, man. Who's next? Newt. OX Newt. What up?
Hey, Cheds, how's it going?
Pretty good. How are you?
Pretty good, thank you. I'm just here to, I don't know if you remember, but last year we got into kind of like a little argument on Twitter, and I'm just here
I
to eat
don't
crow.
trust me. I do not remember. Trust me, I do
Yeah,
not.
well, I'm just here to eat crow and pay my respects because like everything you said in that argument pretty much came true.
Okay.
so I just wanted to apologize and say, yeah, I have
No need.
massive respect for you now.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, brother. And
All
thanks for
right.
all your
Well,
life streams and stuff like that.
you want to ask me a question while you got me?
Honestly, sure. So, would you recommend altcoins for trading? Because I've been doing Bitcoin only for the last couple of months, and I've been getting like a better feel for it, and I haven't really touched a lot of shitcoins.
Yeah, I would start watching them for a while. Start to get really comfortable with watch like the top like 10 or 15 altcoins by volume, traded volume,
Mhm.
and start to look between them which are the strongest ones. And then so when Bitcoin's in certain kind of market cycles and doing certain things, accelerating, pausing, panic dropping, euphoria rising, whatever it's doing, start to get a feel for that grouping, those 10 or 15 altcoins. And then you'll start to notice opportunities. You'll start to notice overreaction moves, relative strength, relative weakness, price structure, all sorts of things. I think that's what you want to do.
Yeah, sounds good.
All
Thanks,
right.
brother. Have a
Thank
blessed
you.
weekend.
You too. That was that was like an A+ call, dude. Like guy was like we argued in the past and you were right. I mean, whatever. It's so hard on Twitter. I understand why these things happen. Fat Pillow, I had you on once. I'm gonna move on, brother. Okay, I'm sorry. Ride us, boost
Yeah,
manas.
can you hear me?
I can boost. Let me see, boost manas.
Yes, I'm
Is that
Rida Bushmanas.
boost manas? What's your native language?
I'm from Lithuania.
Oh,
I'm Lithuanian.
Lithuania.
Yeah.
Excellent. So thank you for joining us. What's going on?
Yeah, so I'm first time here. I'm kind of new on crypto as well, learning TA. Ordered your book already.
You did. Oh,
So from
enjoy
all
it.
the people that I'm, following on Twitter, so you're usually the person number one that I go to, and kind of like you're the most trustworthy so far that I
I'm
follow. So
honest with people because I made so many mistakes, and it's easy to talk about them.
yeah, so I just wanted to thank you for what
Thank
you're
you.
doing, and that's very awesome. And for my question, it's kind of probably gonna be stupid, but I was just curious. When you tweet and you say low time frame, medium time frame, so what
Yes,
kind of time frame is that?
it's a great question. It's a great question. So it's a little bit of a moving dynamic, but generally speaking, high time frame is certainly weekly, and sometimes daily. And low
Hmm.
time frame is like a 1 hour, a 4 hour. I I used the word low time frame for daily. I think that was a little bit of a mistake on my part.
Hmm.
I kind of think daily is a solid high time frame, and below that you start to get into low time frame. Um, but there's different types of traders. Like for me, I'll rarely so here's the rules of time frame, right? According to classical charting, right, which is Western technical analysis. Um, when the price is at a key level, you can drop to a lower time frame. So say you're watching it on the daily, and then the price is right at like a well-defined price level, then you can drop to maybe a 4 hour or a 1 hour, right? That's when you
Hmm.
do low time from when the price is a key level. Another time is after volatility. If the whole market shakes and the price suddenly drops, then you go to a lower time frame. You start to look at the price structure.
Hmm.
There are traders though who will. I know a guy who trades off the like the 1 minute chart. Like they're out there, but it's just that the lower the
I
time frame you
sometimes
go, the
try that,
riskier it is.
it's
What's that?
very stressful. I sometimes
Yeah,
try to do like 1 minute, 5 minutes, but it's so stressful. Just you can't stop watching the charts.
it's stressful and it's risky because every
Yeah, yeah,
signal
yeah, that's
every
true.
signal you're getting is not as
There's lots of
valuable.
fake outs as well in this time frame. So,
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So new traders should stay away from it. But I know excellent traders who trade, 5-10 minute chart.
mm,
So that's the rules of time frame. After volatility, switch to low time frame. When the price is at a key level, switch to low time frame. If you're doing Bitcoin, two really good time frames are daily and 4 hour.
hmm.
Those are two really good time frames. Look for the price relationship to the Bollinger Bands on the 4 hour, dips below the Bollinger Bands, dips above. Look at the price in relation to the MA 200. That's got a lot of significance historically for Bitcoin. And of course, always watching the EMA 8. But you see all this stuff. If you're getting
Yeah,
into
I,
TA,
I have all these indicators,
yeah, yeah.
following them, still
So
trying to learn,
yeah, I mean,
nail
have you
them.
seen my YouTube? Have you watched my masterclass playlist on YouTube?
I have watched half so far, so
Well, that's a
still
good
on it.
start. That's a good start.
Yep.
Well,
All
keep
right,
at
man.
it,
So
man. Keep
thank
at.
you.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
for your time, and yeah, cheers.
Cheers to you. Folks, I'm going to wrap it up. If there are no more, I'll give you just a few moments. If you do want to step up and speak, hit that button in the bottom left. Otherwise, I will wrap it up. It's been a nice little conversation. I'm Big Cheds on Twitter, YouTube, Cheds Trading, author of Trading Wisdom. Get it for free on my YouTube channel. I have a third of the book up there. I also just recently published my third book, Trading Quotes, Kindle hardcover, paperback, and audiobook. I've left some links in the nest at the top of the spaces. New follower packet, resources, learning information. a free report for Bitcoin Live, stuff like that. Folks, thank you. I'm going to wrap it up here tonight. Thank you for hanging out with me. I hope everyone, I hope everybody's doing well. And I'll talk to you soon. Big Cheds out. And Big Cheds back. That was great. That was episode 31 of the Twitter Ask Me Anything playlist. This is going to go into this playlist, Twitter Spaces. I'm going to upload it here shortly. While you're there, check out the rest of the stuff, the masterclass tutorials, free version of my book, Trading Wisdom, available on Amazon. Check out Trading Quotes. I'm a founding analyst at Bitcoin Live, best in-class educational platform for crypto. Check out the free public blog. We have a great sale going on this week. You may see it after the sale ends. But honestly, even at like regular price, it's an unbelievable deal. So I'm super proud of that. Folks, thank you for hanging out. I will talk to you soon. Big Cheds out.